I thought long and hard about this over the last few hours because I had no intentions, Molly, of talking about this at all. Clearly took exception to some of the things that he heard me say, and he confronted me about it.
Floyd's broke. You got to understand, the only thing more embellished than Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers is Floyd Mayweather's net worth, and he made a lot of money. But remember this, it does not matter what you made, it matters what you kept, and he is a dum-dum.
I believe that Floyd Mayweather has gone completely broke. And not just broke, but millions and millions of dollars in debt. And I know it sounds crazy to some of you out there, but trust me, I have legitimate...
Stephen A. Smith has publicly questioned boxing champion Floyd Mayweather Jr. after claims surfaced that he purchased 62 properties worth $42 million. Reports indicate that Mayweather is not recorded as the full owner of these buildings and may only hold limited investment shares instead. Smith suggested the possibility that the fighter may have overstated his wealth while responding to circulating bankruptcy rumors and accusations connected to a potential $42 million fraud case.
Into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings. It's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
Stephen A. Smith has always been open about praising boxing legend Floyd Mayweather Jr. He has regularly spoken highly of Mayweather's achievements in boxing, often pointing out how Floyd stayed dominant and undisputed during the later years of his career. Smith frequently highlights Mayweather's discipline, elite defensive skills, and perfect undefeated record as strong proof of his greatness in the ring. In Smith's view, Floyd was a brilliant technician and tactical thinker, someone who didn't just focus on winning fights, but on avoiding defeat at all costs. That kind of long-term dominance helped Mayweather gain admiration from both fans and boxing analysts.
Mayweather was undefeated for the last half of his career with one hand. He constantly broke his hand.
Yeah.
He would go into a ring knowing he had no shot at knocking somebody out because his hands were hurt too much. Yeah. And literally walked in the ring and said, I'm going to embarrass you and humiliate you by showing the world you can't hit me.
However, the compliments started to fade when Floyd Mayweather Jr. moved into a new stage of his career, exhibition bouts. After stepping away from professional competition, Mayweather returned to the ring, appearing to fight more for financial gain than for legacy. His exhibition match with Logan Paul became a clear example. Stephen A. Smith openly criticized the decision, arguing that the matchup offered little real competition. Logan Paul, a YouTuber who transitioned into amateur boxing, was not viewed as a serious opponent for Mayweather. For a fighter who once dominated the sport, choosing that kind of bout looked more like a pursuit of money than a display of true greatness.
Not the greatest boxer in history. He's absolutely sensational. But he retired years ago. And for me personally, I know these exhibition matches are entertaining. I like the one with Conor McGregor. Not so much the one with Logan Paul. Looking at these exhibitions and all of that stuff, that little melee and stuff don't matter to me. As far as I'm concerned, it could have potentially been orchestrated. I don't know. But I do know not just anybody should be allowed to be in the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather.
Absolutely.
I just believe.
Stephen A. Smith didn't limit his criticism to the fight with Logan Paul. During several interviews, he also voiced concern about Floyd Mayweather Jr. and his broader approach to exhibition fights. Smith admitted that facing Conor McGregor was understandable because McGregor had a legitimate background in combat sports, but beyond that point he strongly disagreed. Choosing opponents far below Floyd's level simply to guarantee large paychecks, he argued, risks weakening the reputation Mayweather spent years establishing. In Smith's view, Mayweather seemed increasingly focused on earning more money rather than protecting the legacy he created in boxing. The message, according to Smith, was obvious. Financial gain had started to outweigh lasting significance.
Which is where my disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match? All right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it.
That perspective became especially clear during one very direct interview. Stephen A. Smith openly asked Floyd Mayweather Jr. a simple but pointed question. Which matters more, your fortune or your legacy? It was the kind of moment that called for serious reflection. However, Mayweather's replies repeatedly returned to the subject of money. He spoke about his business intelligence and the massive income he had produced. To Smith and many observers, though, the exchange sounded like a champion placing financial success above the lasting respect that comes with preserving a historic legacy.
You made money. You're going to make a hell of a lot more money.
But the main thing is I made smart investments, and I still make millions every month.
Do you care about your boxing legacy?
More than what?
We ain't gonna say more than money. We know better. We're not gonna say more than money. We know better.
More than my family? No. So what's more important? My children. Because when I make this money, you know what? I put my children and my family in a position that they are entrepreneurs. They are bosses. I don't want my kids to have to answer to nobody. So I will take the long road. I will take the bumps and the bruises for them, but for my loved ones.
But fear.
This image centered on wealth has also shaped how a new wave of athletes views success. Stephen A. Smith argued that many of today's rising stars no longer look up to Floyd Mayweather Jr. for his boxing ability, his movement, or his exceptional ring intelligence. Instead, they focus on his earnings, the spectacle he creates, and his larger-than-life persona. Smith warned that this trend does a disservice to the sport, suggesting that financial gain takes precedence over true mastery. In doing so, it risks diminishing the legacy that Mayweather once built through skill and dominance.
Businessman and Mayweather, they actually love even more. As the sun clearly set on the boxing career of Mayweather, many can reflect on a lot of things about the man. He wasn't a Mike Tyson-like knockout artist, or even Tommy the Hitman Hearns. To many, he wasn't even Sugar Ray Leonard. He certainly can't be confused with Muhammad Ali or any other fighter who's ever been socially conscious. No doubt he was guilty of domestic violence, as our very own The Undefeated accurately pointed out. He definitely had his share of boring fights that didn't give the people what they actually wanted to see. But that ain't the legacy these athletes are paying attention to. What they're paying attention to instead is the $1 billion plus Mayweather has earned in his career. How box office he made himself. How he's been his own boss, answerable to no commissioner, no owner, no GMs, and barely even the fans for the last decade in achieving unprecedented wealth, fame, and control of his own name, his own brand. And how despite strenuous efforts by so many to bring him down, they simply weren't able to do it. You want to see an athlete drool? The idolized displaying deference and respect?
This reality became strikingly clear when Floyd Mayweather Jr. was questioned about why he opted to fight Logan Paul instead of a more prominent boxer like Tyson Fury. Mayweather's reasoning was simple. Logan had a larger following. There was no mention of skill, legacy, or competitive value, just a pull of social media popularity. To many observers, including Stephen A. Smith, this signaled a major shift in Mayweather's priorities. He was no longer in the sport for the challenge or to cement his legacy. His focus had moved entirely to attention and financial gain.
Logan Paul.
Name another boxer besides myself that's more famous than Logan Paul.
Tyson Fury.
What? I want you to look up Tyson Fury, how many followers, and look up how many followers Logan Paul has.
Logan Paul, 56 million. Tyson Fury, 4 million.
So 50 compared to 4 something. I can fight a fighter right now, guarantee myself 35 million. Or me and Logan Paul can go out and entertain and have fun and make 100 million or more. So if you were me, you gotta look at 35 million for 12 rounds and 100 for 6 rounds. Big difference.
At one time, Floyd Mayweather Jr. was recognized as the top-earning athlete worldwide, not only within boxing, but across all sports. That status commanded respect and admiration. Today, however, as fresh reports and speculation about his finances surface. His legacy is facing scrutiny. The fighter, once celebrated for meticulous planning and strict discipline, is now having the very fortune he flaunts called into question.
The highest paid athlete, not the highest paid boxer, the highest paid athlete in the world. I had the opportunity and pleasure to be around him for many years. I was his personal shopper. I was a personal friend of his family. One of my greatest memories of being just lucky enough to even be around that environment was watching him train. Watching Floyd Mayweather train is a masterclass in discipline. It is a masterclass in work ethic. It is a masterclass in this is how you execute and get stuff done. Every rep, he hits it hard. There's not one lazy rep. He does everything at such a high frequency, so elevated. I'm like, goodness gracious, watching this man train, it's like, that's how I want to train for life. I've been to the club with Floyd where we leave in the club 3, 4 in the morning and he's still going to hit his 6 miles. He'll have all the cars follow him and he's running down the Las Vegas Strip, down back streets.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has long showcased his wealth. A standout example is his $1.8 million watch, a bold display that surprised even experienced celebrities. From luxury cars like Bugattis to private jets, his lifestyle was defined by non-stop extravagance. Today, however, those same symbols of opulence are being viewed through a more critical lens.
$1.8 million.
$1.8 million watch.
$1.8 million, dude?
You're the first to see it.
That's insane. That
1.8 is high. 18 life.
Happy birthday, champ. That's how we doing. That is sick, dude.
But you gotta show him what he say.
Money green.
No, hold on. This watch was made specifically for the champ, Floyd Money Mayweather. 101 piece.
One of one.
The money team.
Can we see it on him?
Yes, sir.
That one of one. $1.8 million.
It's a one of one. I love that.
Adding fuel to the controversy, former UFC fighter and commentator Chael Sonnen exposed a striking claim about the Mayweather versus McGregor fight. He suggested that the event's financial success was exaggerated, noting that numerous empty seats were masked by people dressed to give the appearance of a sold-out arena. Having covered the fight in person, Sonnen criticized the illusion crafted by Mayweather's public relations team. Even before earning the nickname Money Mayweather, Floyd faced serious financial troubles. Reports indicated he risked jail time for unpaid taxes and had to borrow $2 million just to cover part of the debt. Rather than the tale of a financial mastermind, this painted the picture of someone dangerously close to collapse.
Eric B. were at, from Eric B. and Rakim, we were at the Mondrian. Floyd Mayweather was there. He had some tax issues. He was about to go to jail, but that's before Money Mayweather. That's Pretty Boy Floyd.
Got you.
He was speaking to E. He needed a couple of $1 million to stay out of jail. I called my man Neil, who I was rocking with heavy. He owns Scunty, the hair accessory company. Everybody thought I was crazy. Said, "Yo, loan me $2 million. I want to sign Floyd." He flew out, loaned me the $2 million, and from there on, we were in the boxing.
The figures tell a stark story. At one point, Floyd Mayweather Jr. was reportedly $22.2 million in debt to the IRS. For someone presenting himself as the richest athlete in the world, a tax liability of that size certainly raises questions. It suggested that the glamorous lifestyle he displayed might have been more of a carefully crafted image than reality.
Up until recently, didn't have any money. So Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like and follow for more.
Even rapper 50 Cent, who was once close to Floyd Mayweather Jr., spoke out. In interviews, he revealed that Floyd had spent extravagantly on items like jewelry and gambling, eventually leaving himself financially strained. According to 50 Cent, Mayweather's decision to fight YouTubers wasn't purely optional. It was driven by necessity. He needed the money, even if chasing it meant putting his legacy on the line.
Floyd Mayweather has gone completely broke. And not just broke, but millions and millions of dollars in debt. And I know it sounds crazy to some of you out there, but trust me, I have legitimate proof. Watch this.
He asked me to help him, so I could stop them from using TMT as their logo right now. Because
you wouldn't do that because y'all cool again.
Yeah, I'm just not chasing it. But to be honest with you, I incorporated TMT in Delaware while he was incarcerated. Because he didn't sign the paper doesn't mean the corporation isn't valid. So I could actually, technically it trademarks the term of it because his entire corporation is built on it. So I could tell you, you can't have TMT socks. You can't have that TMT shirt you got on. He don't understand that because he's just not. I just said it, and he won't be able to figure out that I could do that.
Damn, you and this guy, man. I thought y'all was good again.
We are good. I just don't understand why he having the conversation. How am I coming up in conversation? I don't even care about what they're doing.
So there's still some static.
No, it only happens when it's fight time.
Got it.
It's time to build some type of energy or some sort of press. Right. It's time to make a fight, and then that happens.
So through the BX Fight Club, you met someone,
Isaac, right? Because they had to legalize it on paper to turn it into like a dark show, like when they don't have television involved with a boxing event. Even Floyd, when you make yourself like we got issues over your anger, he's still the best fighter out there. Until somebody beat him, that's who he is.
Do you think he should step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah. That's what you think. Is get the money, spend the money.
Another boxing legend, Oscar de la Hoya, also voiced criticism. He urged Floyd Mayweather Jr. to stop undermining his own reputation, emphasizing that preserving one's legacy should take priority over chasing attention. De la Hoya's remarks reflected the concerns shared by many. Mayweather needed to halt this path before the image he had spent decades crafting was irreparably damaged.
Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're going to have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
When news emerged that Floyd Mayweather Jr. had supposedly donated to homeless shelters in Los Angeles, it initially drew praise. That admiration, however, quickly turned to skepticism. Mayweather shared posts on Instagram showing he was still in Dubai, which didn't align with a claimed donation timeline. If the gesture was meant to improve his image, it backfired, raising more questions about his credibility. The situation worsened when Gervonta Davis, who was once mentored by Mayweather, made a startling allegation. Davis stated that Mayweather wasn't on a world tour, as he had suggested. Instead, he was allegedly held in Dubai over unpaid debts for luxury jewelry and items. This bold accusation contradicted Mayweather's narrative and intensified the controversy surrounding him.
Talk about this picture of Mayweather in Dubai that's going viral. Here's the backstory. According to Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather is being held hostage in Dubai over unpaid debts. Boxing agent Rick Glazer confirmed Davis's comments by saying Floyd is desperately trying to work things out with Dubai's court system. And that's why my comment, blink twice if you're stuck there, on this post is getting a lot of attention. Mayweather still hasn't addressed the situation, so stay tuned.
While Floyd Mayweather Jr. shared photos and stories portraying himself on a worldwide tour, Gervonta Davis maintained that Mayweather was actually stranded in Dubai until his debts were cleared. This fueled growing doubts about his current financial situation. Mayweather attempted to mask the reality by presenting the tour narrative, but Davis's statements revealed the truth. In an effort to protect his image, Floyd allegedly exaggerated claims, including ownership of 62 buildings valued at $42 million, a move that only further tarnished his reputation.
If the rumors were true, and Floyd Mayweather has been trapped in Dubai for the last 50 days.
Gervonta Davis was the first to claim it. Now multiple insider sources have confirmed that he is in fact trapped in Dubai for a debt that has nothing to do with boxing. After doing a little digging, it seems that someone in his camp, while he was shopping for jewelry in Dubai, stole one of the pieces, got away with it, and then blocked all communication with Mayweather. Since then, Floyd has already paid for the jewelry, but they refuse to let him go until they get their piece back. And allegedly, this guy right here is the thief that started this whole mess.